Hello Scorpio, this is Liz, the Light Siren, back for your April 2020 reading. I understand that everyone is having very different experiences right now with the whole COVID thing. Some of you may be self-isolating or in quarantine, or you may be in a place where it's business as usual. So just take this reading and apply it to your situation as it resonates. Also, make sure you check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign placement readings to get a bigger picture. And I always ask that these readings have messages for the people who need them most. So if your sun sign doesn't resonate, you might have a message coming through with your moon, etc. Also, another quick announcement is that I'm going to be doing pay what you can readings for the month of April. So you can email me at thelightsirens333@gmail.com if you want to set something up. That info is going to be in the description box below, as well as a link so you can look up your natal chart if you don't know it already. All right, let's get into it, Scorpio. Om Namah Shivaya Ganesha Datura Woodbit Our own source, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters, please be with me to give advice and guidance to the collective sign of Scorpio for April 2020. Whichever Scorpios I'm connecting with right now are feeling pretty serious. Like my forehead's kind of crinkling up, and I feel a little, I don't know. I don't even know how to verbalize what I'm feeling right now. I just feel Scorpio. like stereotypical Scorpio energy of being very closed off from emotions, even though there's a lot of really deep feelings going on. So let's see what's going on. I'm going to pull a major arcana for your overall energy, and then we'll get into love and career. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of energy at my root chakra and sacral chakras. So I feel like there's a lot of pent-up energy that needs to be released, Scorpio. Yeah, I don't know what you're holding in there, but it needs to come out. And you know how it goes. If you hold it in forever, it's just going to explode and come out all at once. But I also know that's how you guys do. So, that's what's comfortable to you guys, is just kind of letting it simmer until you're forced to deal with it. Scorpio can be a bit extreme in that way. All right, what is the overall energy, please? That one. Temperance. Yeah, there's a balancing that needs to occur, especially in regards to your spirituality. I feel like there's some expansion taking place. Especially your root sacral area is expanding, and when this expansion happens, stuff's going to come up to be processed by your heart. So I'm feeling for your overall energy, you're being called to expand and allow yourself to expand and allow yourself to process any deep emotions that come up through this process. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. Let's get 3 cards for love, please. Wow, this is coming up real fast. Yeah, April, all the readings for April that are coming through are very, destiny oriented, and anything that's in the way of you aligning to your destiny and your higher calling is going to come up in these April readings. That's just what's been happening, and y'all are the 8th house, so this is my 8th reading for April, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same for you guys. We're all being asked to step up our game and be there for the collective, and for each collective sign it's been a different message, but they've all been very directed towards stepping into our destined path. So for you, Scorpio, your root and sacrum are opening so that you can receive some new energy and balance with your upper chakras. I feel like you're very open right now. You're very open in your root and sacrum. I feel like that energy's flowing pretty freely, or it's flowing too much, it's overactive. So maybe you've been indulging maybe in maybe you're feeling a bit stubborn right now. Overactive root chakra energy would make you very like too grounded almost, like unwilling to move, almost blocked, like you're just staying in your root and sacrum, or there's like an overactive, like kind of sexual energy happening, which I know, whatever, Scorpio stereotypes, I don't care about that. This is just what I'm feeling in my body right now. It's like, maybe you're overindulging in those root and sacral energies, and this Temperance card is here because you're actually being asked to open up your crown more and your third eye and your throat chakras. So communicating more with spirit rather than indulging in just the emotions. So although I'm talking about emotions need to come up freely to be processed through this Temperance process, yeah, okay, here it is. So Scorpio, there's a difference between processing your feelings and indulging in them. And if you're getting stuck in your sacral chakra and in your root chakra, it could be overactive, overindulgence in these particular emotions that are actually blocking you from your intuition and your spirit. Okay, so for example, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling insecure, you may be indulging and allowing yourself to feel these feelings too much rather than communicating with spirit and communicating with the divine, saying, what do I need to do to balance this out? How do I process this? Journaling, actually working through them. You might just be like, okay, well, if I just like do endless creative projects, then it'll all be fine. But this Temperance card is asking you to integrate all parts of yourself and not overindulge in your emotions, but move them up to the higher chakras to be processed, to be transformed, okay? So we have our 3 cards for love. Now let's get 3 for career, please. Thank you. Career is also, higher purpose, higher calling. It doesn't have to be like a job, but just like the individual work you're doing in this lifetime, Yeah. Your root and sacrum are so expanded right now. This is so interesting. Maybe you've opened it up for the first time in a long time, and you're seeing things within you that you haven't seen before. So maybe that's where the overindulgence is. You may be obsessing about certain traumas or things that are coming up, but you need to give it to God in a sense. Give it up to your higher self. You need to find a way to move it up through your solar plexus and into your heart to be processed, so that way you can give it up to God and receive communication to help you move forward. So instead of just sitting around kind of feeling, you need to process those feelings by, like I said, journaling, doing some sort of action-oriented thing to actually move the energy up. I would do some meditations focusing on the upper chakras so you can unite the 2 parts of yourself. The upper and the lower chakras, that is. Sorry, I'm rambling again. Keep doing that. All right. 3 cards for career, please. Yeah, and sometimes, Scorpio, it doesn't help to just keep going over these feelings and situations over and over and over and like just letting yourself get lost in the emotional sauce. Sometimes you literally have to just let it go. Be like, that's a thing that is and was, and I now let it go. That's a thing that is and was, and now I let it go. Like repeating a mantra like that, because, I mean, Scorpio, let's be honest, you can hold grudges and you can hold on to things forever. And like, you don't want to get in that cycle of, self-sabotage because your subconscious mind is comfortable staying in a space of victimhood and self-pity. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it. This is subconscious. This is subconscious patterning and beliefs, staying in a place of victimhood, overindulging in emotions that make you feel like the victim. You're not a victim. Things just happen. And I'm going to be like, give you some real hard talk right now. Like, you're not a victim. You never were. Things happen for you, not to you. And the beliefs you hold will just keep things cycling in the same ways as long as you're willing to keep them there. You have to be willing to get uncomfortable and ask for guidance from your higher self to understand where you need to be and what you need to do to get there. Or you're going to stay in the same place forever. You're just going to sit in your sacral chakra, feeling the same pity, same victimhood, same just self-inflicting pain. You know, that's a cycle that Scorpio, you can stay in forever if you really want to, but you're being asked to connect with God, with the divine, with source, with your higher self. So it's time to move out of that. Not gonna lie, Scorpio, it's a little juvenile. And hey, this is tea for me too, because I have a Scorpio moon, and like, I know this. Like, this is like, I relate to this hard, okay, guys? So, I'm talking the talk, but I gotta walk this talk too. This is something that I've been learning over the past 3 years, and for whoever this message is for, you're learning this lesson too, and you gotta give up that victimhood. You're not a victim. You just make yourself feel that way because it makes you feel safe. It's just what you're used to. That pain is like a comfortable spot, and like it's almost more painful for you to like uncondition yourself and move into a happier space than it is to, just sit with the regular depression, the regular pain, self-pity, victimhood that you're used to. It's more uncomfortable for you to move out of it, but you're being asked to. Like, spirit, literally, like the universe is telling you it's time to move on. I'm talking so much, I'm sorry, but these messages are just coming through. So I hope that, obviously you can skip the shuffle, but like a lot of messages come through without there even being cards, because the cards are just like a visual representation of what source is sending me to tell you. You know what I mean? All right, I will stop blabbing now. Let's get 2 more cards for career so I can move the frick on here. One more card, please. Thank you. Thank you. Whew. Heavy energy, Scorpio. As always. My wonderful Scorpio is so deep, so powerful, so mysterious. Sorry, I'm just fooling now. Alright, so for love, Hermit in reverse. Is this supposed to be reversed, yes or no? No, okay. So the Hermit, this is Virgo energy. You may have Virgo in your chart, or you may be dealing with a Virgo in a relationship setting. If not, this is just you looking at the path behind you, okay, seeing where you've been and using that wisdom to push you towards where you need to be. This is you taking the time to reflect, to understand your situation, because you're about to venture on a new path. Like I said, Spirit is calling you to your destiny, but you need to do a little bit of reflecting. Reflecting on, I don't know what these other 2 cards, but I feel like this, the love part of this is about you, and it's about your own self-love and understanding what you have created for yourself. Understanding that the beliefs you hold are recreating the same patterns over and over, and you need to reflect and see what you've actually done to yourself. Because when you put yourself in a place of victimhood, it's almost like you're unwilling to see the things that you've done to yourself. When you just think that the universe or life or whatever just isn't fair, your parents, friends, lovers, partners, teachers, whoever it is, all this stuff happens because of them, but you have more power than you think. And you have the power to transform these feelings into something that pushes you forward in a positive way. This light here in the lantern is all of the wisdom you've gained over the years, all the experience. And this wisdom and experience will lead you to where you need to be. It is your light in the darkness. Find your light in the darkness, Scorpio. It's time to get out of the death phase, Scorpio. It's time to be the phoenix, basically, is what this is saying. All right. Is this supposed to be in reverse, yes or no? Yes. That was a hard yes. Okay. So, yeah, this is not knowing where things are coming from, really. Maybe you feel bombarded by feelings and, like, you don't exactly know where this energy is coming from. It could be, Scorpio, because you're very intuitive, that you're empathing a lot of the chaos in the world, and it's bringing up a lot of feelings of chaos within you. That could also be why this Temperance card is here, asking you to balance out your own energy. Because there's so much energy around you, you need to go within, again with this Hermit card, go within and understand what energy is yours and what energy is external from you. If this is about a relationship, you are considering leaving this relationship, and you're taking, April for you is a period of reflection to understand and open up to source, to your higher self, ask your higher self, is this relationship really speaking to me? Is this a relationship I want to take down the road, like long term? Do I want to take this journey, or is this something I need to let go of? Is there another path for me here? So contemplating whether or not you want to continue this relationship. Is this supposed to be reversed, yes or no? It doesn't matter. Okay. So here we have the Fool, like I was just saying. Is this a relationship you want to take with you down this new path? Because you do have a new path ahead of you. This energy is very fresh, seeing everything as an adventure, everything as play. And I think that's something that you need to hold this month, Scorpio. For the month of April, use this period of self-reflection and seeking the divine, seeking out your higher self, doing meditations and different activities to get in touch with your higher self. See it as a game. It's just play. You're just playing around with the energies in the universe and seeing who comes back to you. And this could be with your relationship too, like taking a break in April for yourself to just think about stuff. And if it feels true to you, take the relationship in a new bright direction in the future. But yeah, I really feel like this is you coming out on the other side as the Phoenix, ready to go on this new path, feeling fresh, feeling bright, and also having this connection to your higher self, right? And having the confidence and the connection to source that allows you to step into the unknown fearlessly. And I'm feeling this is a very, like I said, I think this has a lot to do with yourself and self-love, but if you are in a relationship, this could mean that you need to be alone. This could mean that, I mean, because these are loner cards right here. That's like, I mean, that's just the truth. This is you going on an inner mission, an internal mission, and that entails you being alone to do so. This is not something you're doing with someone else, sorry. All right, let's get into career. Emperor in reverse. This to me is just Aries season. And because it's in reverse, I feel like after Aries season is through, you'll begin to see a clearer path. Yeah. After Aries season, you're gonna be thinking about where you want to be, where you want to go. But this also entails you bringing along some possibly self-sabotaging thoughts. So this is calling you to balance. 6, again, balancing number. You have a 6 here. And with Temperance, balancing out your thoughts, understanding what role your thoughts take place in, and balancing out your intuition and your thoughts. Understanding where you want to be versus where you need to be, and what mental patterns are serving you and which ones are not. What do you want to take with you on this new journey? Mentally. How you think about yourself, how you think about your family, the people around you. Yeah, again, wow, this is a very introspective month for you, Scorpio. There's not a lot going on. Like, this is all, like, inner work, a lot of thinking. And I think, again, this Temperance card telling me that you need to connect your lower and upper chakras. These swords here in the Hermit, I mean, this is very much so connected to the higher chakras, right? Swords is mental, logic. Getting out of that, like, when I said, like, getting lost in the emotional sauce, like, getting out of that phase and working more from a logical space of just, like, noticing your thought patterns and being able to connect on a more, like, mental, I don't want to use those terms, just using your higher chakras to see the bigger picture, see where you're going, connecting to that higher part of yourself that knows, right? Four of Swords, this is you, again, with this Hermit card, in a period of reflection, not much movement. This is you, I think, in April, being called to meditate and observe your thoughts. Use your intuitive mind, your mind's eye, your third eye, to get a different picture from what your emotions have been telling you. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Again, we want to connect our root, our sacrum, to our third eye, our crown. You need to connect the very lower aspects of you and the highest aspects of you. We need to create this balance and this connection. So if you do everything out of feeling, you need to let those feelings out, to move up, to process them through your mind's eye. That makes sense. Can I get some clarification for Scorpio, please? I hope I'm wording this in the right way. It's like weird for me to feel all this and hear this because I'm clairsentient. I feel it in my body, and then I have to find a way to like verbalize it, and sometimes it just like I don't know how to verbalize it in the best way. So I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Any other messages for Scorpio at this time, please and thank you. Yeah, I just keep hearing mind's eye. Okay. Is this supposed to be reversed, yes or no? Yes. You need to put an end to self-sabotaging behaviors. But with this Five of Swords in reverse, Five of Swords upright could be you lying to yourself, self-sabotaging thoughts, doing things, taking actions in a way that is disregarding how other people feel. In the reverse, this is you. Again, I feel like this is part of that reflection. Reflecting how your habits, your behaviors affect the people around you, but also the other parts of yourself. And giving up these overindulging behaviors, because again, like, I mean, Five of Swords, this guy's got 3 swords, and he's like kind of snickering, right? So giving up those swords, giving up those indulgent behaviors that are just self-sabotaging you. And also, you may not be being honest to yourself, or maybe you need to start being brutally honest with yourself. Any other messages for Scorpio, please? Any other messages for Scorpio? Anything else? Okay. Well, would you look at that, Scorpio, your card? Yeah, so, again, this cup, your sacral energy is overflowing. And I think you're undergoing a death process right now. You're learning the deepest parts of yourself, maybe the deepest trauma, the deepest emotional aspects of yourself. And this is forcing this balance to happen. Because you're being forced to think about this stuff that's coming up. Like your cup is overflowing and things are coming up. So this is good. This is what we want. We want everything to come up, but don't stay in the feelings. We want to use our thoughts in a way that is productive so that we can process and undergo this death process consciously. Because spirit will force this death process if it's intended to happen. But we can do it in a way in which we're conscious it's happening so that we can be a part of it. And again, recognizing that things don't happen to us, they happen for us. Right? So this death process is happening for you so that you can be spiritually, emotionally renewed. Because you are being spiritually called to by Source. You may have Sagittarius in your chart. If not, that's okay. But what this is telling me, Scorpio, is that you have a brand new path ahead of you. And you have a lot of thinking to do. And by thinking, again, I mean more in a spiritual sense of using your third eye, your mind's eye, to connect to Source and allow any images, messages, or feelings that need to come through to be processed into your reality, right? But I want you to just look at these two cards too. This is an adventure of self-love for you. This death process is happening so that you have a renewed sense of self-love, so you can be connected to yourself and your higher self in a deeper way. Because Scorpio, you can get stuck again in like physical pain, right? Maybe overindulging in things that are physically painful out of pleasure, or just self-sabotaging behaviors and overindulgent emotional behavioral patterns. So you're being called to go on this journey to renew your emotional, to renew your cup. You're receiving a new cup, and this has to do with you. This has nothing to do, I mean, it might, if you're in a relationship, obviously you will have to have some sort of conversation with that person and be like, look, I'm on a very like spiritual journey right now. I'm having a spiritual awakening, and I'm being called to really dig into my self-love and connect with spirit, and I need more space to do that. That might be a conversation you need to have. But I'm not really seeing anything here about you moving forward with a person or disconnecting from a person. This is all about you, Scorpio. This is all about you entering a new phase of your life and getting in touch with yourself in a much more spiritual way. And I don't want to say deeper anymore, because deeper, you're already so deep, Scorpio. It's almost like you're extending upwards, right? You're extending into the astral, kind of in a more Piscean way. And this is causing you to, connect your lower and upper chakras. And I feel like I'm just repeating myself now. So that's all I have for you, Scorpio. I hope this was helpful. Again, I'm doing Pay What You Can readings for April. So if that is something that's calling to you, hit me up. If not, I'll see you next month. Much love and peace. Bye.